So I recently had an interesting experience. If you've ever had a reading with me, you know that I use a very standardized format. I do my tarot cross spread accompanied by either my Lenormand or my Gypsy cards. And when I do my cross spread, I calculate the ruling card using a numerological formula that I like. And that major then becomes the lens through which I read the whole reading. And in this case, it was the moon. The client had number 18, so the moon was the ruling card. And what I do is I will go through the pack, I will find that major, and I will take it out to show the client, and I will discuss the card usually because it's such an important card. But in this case, go through the pack, no moon, gone. Go through the pack again, still I can't find it. I go through the pack a third time, gone, the moon is gone. This particular deck this is my Rider-Waite Smith deck. I got this deck when I was about 16 years old, and so it has a lot of sentimental value. I'm 42 years old now, so I don't know how long that is, but that is a good few years, in excess of 20 years, and I'm attached to that pack of cards. I read with it every day. This is the main reading deck I use for clients, even though I collect tarot decks. I've got quite a few other decks, a whole box full in fact. But this is my main reading deck. So, and the fact that I was missing a card out of this pack was distressing. And what was even stranger about it is that pack of cards never leaves my desk, and it never leaves this office. So, it was a mystery. As it turns out, the moon, the meaning of the moon for that client became very, very significant, became very, very important, and especially the absence of the moon, the vanishing of the moon in their life became kind of the central theme of that reading. And of course, when these things happen in readings, anything that happens in a reading, once that sort of bounding space has been created and you're in the power of the spirit and that energy is flowing, everything that happens in a reading is meaningful. Everything that happens in a reading is germane to the reading. So the vanishing of this card was germane. But in the past, I've had other experiences where there might suddenly be, in the middle of a reading outside, there is an argument breaks out. Two people on the sidewalk start, having a huge argument, and that argument gets drawn into the reading. That is a significant sight. Some people having an argument out in the park next to my home, or a sudden crack of lightning. Or any number of weird symbolic, what you might call omens. When these kind of omens intrude into a reading, they're significant. Pay attention to these things. But what was even more bizarre about this, I turned the office upside down. I went through all my books. I scoured my journals. I looked everywhere for this card. I went through the pack again. I sorted all the cards into their different suits. Eventually, I just resigned myself to the fact that the moon had vanished. It was just gone. I was upset. This deck means a lot to me, and the idea of having it broken up like that upset me. But I do have another Rider-Waite Smith deck with the same backing. It's a newer deck, but I have the same I guess edition of that deck. So all I did is I took that moon out of that newer pack and shuffled it back into the existing cards. What happens next time I use the cards? I shuffle the pack, and lo and behold, I have two moons. The old moon has reappeared. So who knows? Maybe I was in that pack of cards all along. Maybe I somehow missed it each time I shuffled through that pack. It's possible. I don't know. Maybe there was an apportation, disappeared and reappeared. I don't know. My line of work, weird things happen. Strangeness is kind of par for the course. But what I will say is that pay attention to these things in readings, in your own readings too. Everything means something, and if there is an omen that intrudes like this into your reading, usually it's significant. It carries with it a lot of weight and power. So use that. Use that as your way into the reading. It's coming up for a very important reason, and you should pay attention to that. It is the message. It is the central message of that reading.